Chosen one, do not move your finger. Do not skip this message. This exact moment on your screen is not an accident. It is not a random coincidence. Heaven has literally bent the rules of time to place this urgent warning directly in your path, because I have a specific message that you need to hear before the sun goes down today. I have been trying to get your attention. The algorithm did not bring you here. I did. A massive shift is occurring in the unseen realm right now. The enemy wants you distracted. He wants you scrolling blindly because he is terrified of what you are about to discover in the next few minutes. If you leave now, you will walk away from the answer. Stay with me. Breathe out that sudden fear. You are completely safe. The alarm ringing in your spirit is not meant to harm you. It is meant to wake you up. I am drawing a circle of protection around your mind as you listen to my voice, and no dark force can touch the blessing that is currently heading your way. You have been chosen for something monumental. Let us slow down. Pause exactly where you are and unclench your jaw. Drop your heavy shoulders. You have been feeling it lately, have you not? That invisible tension follows you everywhere. There is a quiet and persistent heaviness in your chest, and it makes you feel like something is wrong even when nothing has happened yet. You carry an invisible burden. You wake up already exhausted. The sleep does not refresh your weary body. You stare at the ceiling in the dark and calculate numbers. You wonder how much longer you can carry this crushing weight alone. You smile for your family and you push through the long hours, but inside your mind is spinning completely out of control. The pressure is relentless. You think this is just normal stress. You think your mind is finally failing you, but you are completely wrong. Do not skip this next sentence. That brain fog and that sudden forgetfulness are not signs of weakness, because your body is physically reacting to a massive spiritual compression. The atmosphere around you is changing rapidly. I see the tears you swallow when you are driving alone. I see how hard you try to be the strong one. No one sees how close you are to breaking, but I do. I count every single, silent tear. You are tired of bleeding just to prove you care, and you feel completely drained of all your physical energy today. You need a deep rest. This exhaustion is actually a sacred marker. It means you are crossing a threshold. The spiritual warfare around your finances and your peace has reached a boiling point. The enemy is throwing every distraction at you. He wants you to feel isolated, and he wants you to believe that heaven has abandoned you in this dark wilderness. Do not believe his lies. His time is absolutely up. I am speaking to you now to break his grip on your life. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the cycle breaker of your entire bloodline. You have been positioned here to receive a specific mandate, and I have a special purpose for you that will change the trajectory of your family forever. Your legacy starts now. You must listen closely to what comes next. The restlessness in your bones is the sound of your arrival season approaching. You are no longer waiting for a miracle because you are stepping into it. Keep your heart open. Do not let the noise of the world steal the prophetic word I am about to release over your life right now. The vault is opening. The people around you do not understand this deep shift. They look at you and wonder why you have become so quiet recently. You pull away from crowded rooms because your spirit can no longer tolerate empty noise. While they chase after temporary things, your soul is craving a profound revelation that only heaven can provide for you. You are being separated for a reason. I have isolated you in this season to protect your frequency. The special purpose I have designed for you requires absolute clarity. You cannot walk into massive wealth carrying the exact same habits of a beggar. I am dismantling your old survival mode, and I am preparing you to manage a harvest that will leave you absolutely speechless. Prepare your mind to receive. Let me speak to something tender now, something you have carried quietly for far too long. I see the exact weight you are holding today. When the house finally gets quiet and everyone else goes to sleep, your mind immediately starts to race. You are left completely alone with your heavy thoughts. The silence in your room feels deafening right now. I saw you last night. I saw you sitting on the edge of your bed while the world rested. You stared into the dark shadows and wondered if anyone truly understands your pain. I saw the deep exhaustion etched into your face. You took a deep breath and you tried to push the anxiety down, but the heavy pressure in your chest simply refused to leave you. I heard every single silent prayer you whispered into your pillow. You did not want to wake anyone up, so you swallowed your tears. You bit your lip and forced yourself to stay quiet. You have become an expert at hiding your brokenness from the people you love. They see your smile every morning, but they never see the midnight battles you fight alone. You are so tired of being the strong one. You are the person everyone else leans on when their world falls apart. You give them your energy and your time. But when you are the one falling apart, you feel like there is no one left to catch you. You carry their burdens while your own spirit is slowly breaking under the massive weight of survival. Do not skim the next sentence. Listen to me very closely right now. Your physical body is currently holding the trauma of constant waiting. Your shoulders are tight. Your neck constantly aches. Your stomach stays tied in nervous knots because your mind never stops calculating. You are always bracing yourself for the next piece of bad news to drop. You check your phone and you look at your bank account. The numbers make your heart sink. You do the math over and over again in your head. You wonder how you are going to survive another difficult month. You feel like a failure even though you work harder than anyone else. The financial anxiety is literally stealing your breath away every single day. I see how hard you try to remain faithful. You read the scriptures and you try to trust the timing of heaven, but sometimes the waiting feels like a cruel punishment. You wonder if heaven has completely forgotten your name. You watch other people receive their sudden blessings, and you ask yourself why your own prayers keep hitting a solid brick wall. I know the deep sorrow that grips your heart. I know you feel completely invisible to the world, but you are never invisible to me. I have collected every single tear you cried in secret. I have recorded every heavy sigh that escaped your lips. The world may demand your constant strength, but heaven only asks for your honest vulnerability right now. Unclench your jaw for me again. Let your heavy shoulders drop a little lower. You do not have to perform for me today. You do not have to pretend that you have everything figured out. I know you are running on empty. I know your nervous system is trapped in a constant state of panic. You are exhausted because you have been fighting unseen spiritual battles. This exhaustion is not your fault. It is not a sign of weak faith. The enemy wants you to feel ashamed of your profound tiredness. He whispers that you are failing because you cannot keep up with the demands of life. But heaven sees your tired eyes and calls you a faithful warrior. You have survived seasons that would have absolutely broken anyone else. Stay with me here. Do not let your mind wander away. I need you to understand the depth of my empathy. Your pain is completely valid. I am not angry with you for feeling overwhelmed by the journey. I am stepping into your storm today to bring you a profound sense of comfort. You are seen, and you are deeply loved by the Creator of the universe. You have been carrying too much in your own strength. You have been trying to fix problems that were never yours to solve. The heavy fog in your mind is a direct result of this unnatural pressure. The season of silent crying is coming to a definitive end. I am about to reveal exactly why you had to endure this long and painful wilderness. I need you to understand something very clearly today. There is a massive difference between a denial and a divine delay. You have spent so many months analyzing your own actions. You looked at your life and you tried to find the hidden sin that caused this bitter waiting season. You thought my silence meant that I was angry with you. You believed the lie that your faith was simply too weak. You thought your delay was a strict punishment for not being perfect. That is a toxic lie planted by the enemy to keep you shrinking in fear. I want you to breathe out that heavy guilt right now. Your unanswered prayers were never a cruel rejection from heaven. The waiting season was absolutely necessary for your survival. You thought I was ignoring your desperate cries for help, but while you were weeping in the dark, I was aggressively clearing out the hidden traps from your future. I saw the toxic people who were waiting to steal your incoming harvest. I had to remove them first. If I had given you the blessing last year, it would have destroyed you. Your mind was not ready to carry the massive weight of that wealth. The enemy had set a perfect ambush right outside your front door. The delay was never a punishment, my child. The long delay was my fierce and unrelenting protection over your entire bloodline. Listen closely, because this truth will set you free today. The heavy fog in your mind is not because you are spiritually failing. It is the physiological weight of carrying a massive calling in a fragile human body. Your nervous system is bracing for a monumental shift. Do not call yourself broken when you are simply under holy compression. You have been standing at the wrong counter for years. You act like a beggar pleading for small scraps of peace. You try to bargain with heaven. You promise to work harder and sacrifice more just so your prayers might finally be answered. Stop acting like a slave in your own house. You are the rightful heir to a massive spiritual estate. A petitioner stands at a counter and bargains out of fear. An heir walks through the main door of the estate and simply receives. You must change your posture today. You cannot ruin your destiny just by being a tired human being. I do not need your flawless perfection in this season. I only need your willing proximity. Hold that sentence and do not let it slide past you. The religious world taught you to grovel and perform for your blessings. They taught you that heaven operates on a strict transactional basis. That is a complete manipulation of the truth. Your inheritance was already deeded to your name before you even took your very first breath. The enemy wants you trapped in a cycle of endless performance. He knows that if you realize your true identity, his power over your finances will instantly evaporate. He did not attack your peace because you are weak. He attacked you because he is absolutely terrified of the generational wealth you are about to manage. Your unexplainable exhaustion is the friction between your old survival mode and your new reality. The sudden brain fog is the physical symptom of a mind transitioning into a higher frequency. Do not let the enemy convince you that you are losing your sharp edge. Your spirit is simply resting before the great harvest begins. I am actively reprogramming your mind to handle the overflow. The waiting room was never designed to be your permanent home. It was a holy incubator for your faith. The doors that remained stubbornly shut were actually heavy shields protecting your fragile heart. You are completely safe inside my sovereign timeline. Let this deep vindication wash over your tired soul. The heavy guilt you carry belongs in the trash. You have done nothing wrong. You have endured the fire, and you have kept your faith alive through the darkest nights. The delay is finally over. The massive shift you have been praying for is already moving into position right now. There is another layer beneath this heavy exhaustion. I see the quiet sacrifices you make for everyone around you. You are the tired caregiver who constantly bleeds just to keep others warm. And every single time someone calls your name, you drop your own needs to run and rescue them. You fix their broken pieces. You listen to their endless complaints and you offer them a safe harbor. But when your own ship is sinking in the dark storm, you look around and the harbor is completely empty. No one asks how you are truly doing. They assume you are invincible because you never show them your deep cracks. You hide your pain so well. You swallow your own tears to keep the peace in the room. You apologize for things that are not even your fault. You bend over backwards to make sure everyone else is comfortable, while your own spirit starves for a single ounce of genuine appreciation. The unfair imbalance is quietly destroying you from the inside out. Pause briefly right where you are. Unclench your jaw and let your weary shoulders fall. I need to speak directly to the heavy burden of being the responsible one. You feel guilty whenever you try to rest. You think that if you stop holding the sky up, the entire world will instantly crash down on your family. Your phone rings and your stomach tightens. You are bracing for another crisis that you will have to solve. You pour, and you pour from a completely empty cup. You give away the last drops of your precious energy, and you go to sleep feeling like an empty shell. You are completely drained of your own life force today. I see the quiet resentment that you try to pray away. You feel ashamed for feeling angry at the people you love, but your anger is simply the voice of your exhausted boundaries. Your physical body is crying out for a single moment of genuine care. You desperately need someone to look at you and tell you to simply rest. I saw every time you smiled to keep others comfortable while your own spirit was breaking quietly in the dark. You are so tired of performing innocence. You are tired of explaining yourself to people who are completely committed to misunderstanding your good intentions. The constant defense is exhausting your mind. I saw you sitting in your car before walking into the house. You took a long breath to gather whatever strength you had left. You put on your brave face because you could not bear to let them see you crumble. You protect everyone else, but you leave yourself completely exposed to the harsh elements of this dark world. The people around you take your massive sacrifices for granted. They consume your bright light, and they walk away. They leave you sitting in the cold shadows of your own empty room. You wonder if your endless giving is actually a massive mistake. You ask yourself if anyone would stay if you finally stopped being so wildly useful. Do not skim the next sentence. Hold it deeply in your weary heart. You are not a machine built solely for the comfort of others. You are a precious child of heaven, and your soul requires immediate nourishment. I am watching every single time you put yourself last. I see the invisible heavy lifting that nobody praises. You thought that your immense sacrifice was the only way to earn love. You thought that being the savior of your family was your ultimate holy duty. But you have crossed the line from healthy love into toxic self-destruction. You are carrying heavy loads that heaven never asked you to pick up in the first place. You are suffocating. I am here to validate the deep ache in your tired soul. Your silent tears are completely justified. The profound loneliness you feel in a crowded room is very real. I am wrapping my arms around your tired frame right now. You can stop holding your breath. You can let the heavy armor fall onto the floor because I have got you now. You have spent your entire life being the reliable one for your family. You are the tired caregiver who never takes a single day off. But today I am stepping in to give you a profound spiritual rest. I am removing the unbearable pressure from your aching shoulders. You are allowed to be weak in my presence today. Let it go. Let me show you the unseen truth about your constant exhaustion. You have been blaming yourself for feeling so drained, and you thought your weakness was causing all these relentless problems. But your deep struggle is not a natural failure. You are caught in the middle of a vicious spiritual war. The heavy resistance you feel is a direct attack from the dark forces. Think about the sudden string of bad luck you experienced recently. The unexpected bills and the broken relationships were not random events. They were highly calculated strikes designed to break your spirit. The enemy watched you pray, and he panicked. He deliberately sent confusion into your life because he wants to make you doubt your own sanity. He wants you completely paralyzed by fear. He did not target your finances and your peace because you are weak. He attacked you because he is absolutely terrified of the destiny written on your life. He sees the massive generational wealth that heaven is preparing for you, and he knows that you are the specific cycle breaker chosen to end the poverty in your bloodline. You are a massive threat to his kingdom. The adversary knows he cannot stop the blessing that heaven has already authorized, so his only strategy is to drain your physical energy. He wants you to give up right before you cross the holy finish line. That is exactly why everything feels incredibly heavy right now. The intense brain fog is his desperate attempt to blind you, while heaven is showing you the glorious incoming harvest. You must stop blaming yourself for the closed doors in your past. You called them your personal failures, but they were actually spiritual ambushes. You walked into rooms where the enemy had set hidden traps for your kind heart. But heaven stepped in and violently shut those doors to protect your future. You survived those vicious attacks because you are heavily guarded by angels. The enemy tried to isolate you by using toxic people. He manipulated the ones you loved, and he made them completely misunderstand your pure intentions. He wanted you to waste your precious energy defending yourself to confused individuals. But fearful silence hides while faithful silence stands. You no longer need to explain your holy heart to those who are committed to judging you. I am drawing a thick bloodline around your mind and your resources today. The darkness can no longer steal the prophetic word I have placed inside your soul. The spiritual alarm you felt was my urgent warning to wake you up. because the enemy has overplayed his hand and his time is officially up. Heaven is stepping in to restore everything he stole from you. This is exactly why your prayers seemed delayed for so long. The silence was never a bitter rejection. It was the sound of heaven completely clearing the room of your hidden enemies. I had to sweep away the venomous snakes before you could safely walk into your new estate, and the difficult wait was simply the battlefield being prepared for your victory. You are a spiritual warrior who has been fighting in the dark, but today I am turning on the blinding light of my absolute truth. You do not have to fight these petty distractions anymore. Stand absolutely still and watch heaven move on your behalf. Let the enemy tremble because he knows he has completely lost the war over your precious family. Your ultimate victory is finally here today. Your heavy season of being the bleeding victim is completely over, and you are stepping into the fierce authority of the chosen elite. It is time to officially claim your total restoration and seal this divine covenant. Type 777 to seal this prophetic word over your life right now. By doing this, you are signing the official receipt of your heavenly inheritance. The chains of poverty are breaking off your shoulders today. You will no longer carry the burdens that were meant for your enemies. They tried to bury you alive, but they did not know you were a powerful seed. You are rising from the dark soil with a strength that will shock everyone who doubted you. You can feel the heavy atmosphere shifting around you. The invisible pressure has reached a boiling point. It feels like the air in your room is completely vibrating with a strange electricity. The tension is so thick you can almost touch it with your bare hands. This is not a panic attack. This is the exact sensation of standing directly on the holy threshold. You are standing at the exact border between your long wilderness and your promised arrival season. The sudden spike in your anxiety over these last few days is a physical reaction. Your human body is reacting to a massive spiritual compression. The old reality is desperately trying to pull you back, but the new reality is violently pulling you forward. Think about the intense pressure right before a massive dam finally breaks. The water pushes against the concrete and it creates tiny fractures everywhere. The deafening sound of the cracking stone is absolutely terrifying, but that destruction is necessary to release the mighty river. You are that river, and the dam of your poverty is finally cracking wide open today. This is exactly why everything hurts so much right now. The intense friction between what you were and what you are becoming is creating a massive heat. You feel like you are being stretched completely beyond your human limits. You want to give up because the final step is always the absolute hardest. The enemy wants you to turn back right at the heavy door. Do not let him win this critical moment. You have walked through the fire for far too long to retreat now. If you turn around, you will have to repeat the entire painful cycle all over again. You must hold your ground. Plant your feet firmly on the floor and refuse to move a single inch backward. Heaven is watching your incredible resilience with immense pride. Your mind feels completely fragmented because it is trying to process two different realities. Your eyes see the unpaid bills and the empty bank accounts, but your spirit clearly sees the massive incoming wealth. This cognitive dissonance is causing your severe brain fog. Your brain is exhausted because it is trying to calculate a miracle using only earthly mathematics. You must stop calculating the miracle today. Earthly mathematics cannot comprehend the vast economy of heaven. You are trying to figure out how the money will arrive. You are stressing over the exact details and the precise timing. Let it go. You do not need a logical map when you have a divine compass pointing you directly toward your massive inheritance. The heavy pressure you feel in your chest is the final push. You are literally birthing a new generational cycle for your family. The agonizing pain of the waiting room is transforming into the powerful cry of victory. The dark threshold is terrifying because it requires you to completely abandon your old survival habits. You must leave your heavy armor behind. Listen to my voice and do not skim the next sentence. I am breaking through the heavy noise of your daily life right now. The severe compression you feel is about to release completely. But you must surrender your desperate need for control. You cannot force the heavy door open with your tired human hands. The mighty door will open automatically when you align your spirit. You are standing on the edge of a magnificent cliff. The strong wind is howling around you and the dark clouds are swirling, but the storm is not here to push you over the edge. The storm is here to lift you up. You are about to take flight. The heavy weight of your past mistakes is falling off your shoulders like dust in the wind. You are finally free. Take a deep breath and feel the immense gravity of this specific moment. You are the cycle breaker, standing at the gates of massive generational wealth. The threshold is shaking beneath your feet because the old foundation is crumbling. Do not fear the holy earthquake. It is only destroying what was never meant to survive in your glorious new season. It is time to completely strip away the heavy garments of a victim. You have worn that dark cloak of self-pity for far too long. I want you to look at your hands right now. These are not the weak hands of a defeated casualty. These are the strong hands of a fierce spiritual warrior who survived the absolute worst attacks of the enemy. You are still breathing. Stop speaking about your life as if you are constantly losing. Stop rehearsing your painful trauma to everyone who will listen. When you constantly speak about your deep wounds, you give the enemy free rent inside your precious mind. You are not a helpless victim of a cruel universe. You are a heavily armed conqueror, walking directly into your promised land. I need you to permanently break the toxic habit of acting like a beggar. A beggar stands outside the heavy gate and hopes someone drops a few cold crumbs. But you are the rightful heir to this massive estate. An heir does not stand in the freezing rain and beg for a piece of bread. An heir walks boldly through the front doors and claims their full inheritance. You must completely change your internal language today. The painful fire you just walked through was never meant to burn you to ashes. It was a holy forge designed to burn away your weak dependencies. I had to burn away your desperate need for human validation. I had to destroy your toxic habit of trying to save people who secretly wanted you to fail. You are no longer the tired caregiver who bleeds for everyone else. That old identity is completely dead. You are the chosen one. You are the cycle breaker who carries the supreme authority of heaven in your very blood. When you finally realize who you truly are, every single demon that tormented your family will tremble and flee in absolute terror. Your spiritual DNA has been radically upgraded in the dark wilderness. The heavy fog is lifting from your sharp mind. The deep confusion is completely evaporating right now. I am replacing your profound exhaustion with a fierce and unapologetic holy pride. You are allowed to be proud of the massive scars you earned on this brutal battlefield. You survived. Square your heavy shoulders right now. Lift your tired head and look directly into the bright light of your new reality. A king does not bow their head when they receive their royal crown. And you are royalty in the unseen realm. The angels are standing at absolute attention because they know exactly what you are about to receive. The atmosphere is completely charged. Let the fierce empowerment wash over your entire physical body. The days of shrinking down to make small-minded people comfortable are officially over. If your bright light blinds them, they can simply cover their eyes. You will never dim your massive destiny again. You have been separated from the crowd because you carry a massive generational mandate. Listen to my voice and let it anchor your racing heart. You are standing in the grand throne room of heaven right now. The heavy doors are locked behind you and the enemy cannot enter this sacred space. You are completely safe to drop all of your heavy defenses. I am preparing the holy table for you in the very presence of your defeated enemies. Do not let a single doubt cross your mind in this holy hour. The adversary will try one last desperate whisper to make you feel unworthy of this massive gift. But you must silence his dark voice with your absolute confidence. You are worthy because I have specifically ordained you for this exact hour. Your heart is pure and your hands are completely clean today. This is the exact moment everything changes. The massive wait is finally over. The intense preparation is completely finished. You have passed the ultimate test of silent endurance. I am about to hand you the exact master key that unlocks your special purpose. Open your spirit wide because the great revelation is about to strike your life like a massive lightning bolt. You have officially crossed the threshold. The heavy doors of the heavenly vault are swinging wide open for you right now. You are no longer the exhausted survivor fighting for tiny scraps, because you are the rightful heir to a massive spiritual and financial estate. Step into your profound authority today. The long season of begging is completely over and your glorious arrival season is here. I promise to reveal the special purpose I have for your life. Listen to me very closely because this changes absolutely everything. The special purpose is not just about giving you a comfortable life. Heaven has chosen you to be the primary distributor of massive generational wealth. You are going to be the divine bank for your entire bloodline. You are the designated cycle breaker. This is exactly why the fire was so incredibly hot. If I had given you this massive wealth while you still had a beggar mindset, it would have destroyed your soul. I had to forge a character inside you that could handle millions of dollars without losing your pure heart. The enemy knew about this special purpose, and that is why he fought you so viciously. But his dark plans have completely failed today. You are no longer waiting for a miracle because you have actually become the miracle. Your family is going to look at your life and they will be absolutely speechless. The severe brain fog that clouded your mind is completely gone now. Your original clarity is fully restored. You are thinking with the sharp precision of a wealthy kingdom investor. Your mind is a powerful weapon today. Every tear you cried in the dark has been converted into spiritual currency. The sleepless nights and the painful betrayals were simply the high price of your royal education. You are graduating from the dark wilderness today. You can finally drop the heavy armor of the tired caregiver because heaven is stepping in to do all of the heavy lifting for your precious family. You are finally free. I want you to feel the massive shift in your physical body right now. The heavy tension in your chest is completely evaporating. It is being replaced by a fierce and unapologetic holy pride. You are standing in the center of your new estate. Look at the vast harvest that surrounds you. This is all yours. You earned this by remaining faithful when everything around you was incredibly dark. You came into this moment feeling like a terrified beggar. You thought my long silence meant you were being severely punished for your past mistakes. But the thick fog has completely lifted and you finally know the absolute truth. You are the chosen elite. The severe anxiety that gripped your chest 10 minutes ago has been completely washed away by my peace, because heaven has stepped into your room. You are stepping into a profound state of entitled gratitude today. You know that heaven owes you nothing, but has given you absolutely everything. If this sacred sanctuary has bound your deep wounds today, I want you to take a moment to honor the holy altar. Do not let this massive revelation fade away. You must anchor this powerful spiritual shift with a physical act of massive faith right now. Kindly plant a financial seed through the Super Thanks button below. This is not a random transaction. It is your physical decree that you trust the massive harvest is finally coming. When you plant a seed on this altar, you are signing the official receipt of your heavenly inheritance. Step boldly into your royal authority today. Claim your generational wealth and never look back at the pain. Your special purpose is officially activated. The enemy can no longer block the massive flow of abundance that is rushing toward your house. You are the light bearer for your family, and the days of struggling to survive are permanently deleted from your timeline. Walk proudly in your new identity. Heaven is backing every single step you take from this glorious moment forward. Receive it all today. Now pause exactly where you are and do not move. Let the intense energy of that massive revelation settle completely into your deep spirit, because you have just absorbed a monumental truth about your brand new royal identity. Take one long and slow breath in with me right now. Let it fill your tired lungs completely. And now slowly breathe it all out. Unclench your tight jaw for the final time today. Let your heavy shoulders drop entirely away from your aching ears. You have carried the intense adrenaline of a survivor for so many long years, but you do not need that sharp defensive edge in this sacred room. You are completely safe here. Let the heavy armor fall onto the ground. Feel the weight disappear. I want you to feel the physical shift happening in your body. Notice how the chaotic racing in your mind has finally slowed down to a gentle whisper. The invisible tension that followed you everywhere is dissolving into pure light, and you do not have to fight the heavy darkness today because the war is officially over. Rest your weary head. Close your tired eyes if you can do so safely right now. Imagine a warm and brilliant light completely wrapping around your fragile frame. This is the profound peace of heaven washing over your physical vessel, and it is pulling out all of the deep toxins of anxiety and bitter resentment. Breathe out the heavy past. Breathe in the new grace. Your nervous system is finally learning how to feel calm again. For so long you were addicted to the chaos because it felt like normal survival. But this deep tranquility is your actual baseline, and you do not have to brace yourself for bad news anymore. The only news heading your way is the absolute confirmation of your massive harvest. Let the profound silence of this moment anchor your wandering soul. The world outside is still loud and incredibly chaotic, but inside this holy sanctuary there is nothing but perfect harmony and divine order, and you belong to this quiet peace. It is your permanent inheritance, and no angry demon can ever snatch it away from your clean hands. You might feel a gentle warmth spreading through your chest right now. That is the physical seal of my absolute promise to your family. I am binding up the deep emotional wounds that nobody else could ever see or understand, and you are healing from the inside out. Do not rush this beautiful process. Linger in this quiet space with me. When you wake up tomorrow morning, the heavy fog will not return. You will open your eyes and feel a strange but wonderful lightness in your bones. That is the feeling of a completely restored spiritual frequency, and you will walk through your day with a quiet and unshakable confidence. The desperate beggar is permanently gone from your life. If a sudden anxious thought tries to attack you later tonight, do not panic. Simply remember the rhythmic rising and falling of your chest in this exact moment. Take one slow breath and violently command the anxiety to leave your royal presence, because you hold supreme authority over your own peace now. You are the master of your internal house. You have successfully crossed the violent storm and reached the quiet harbor. The ship is safely docked, and the heavy cargo of pain has been thrown overboard. You can finally step onto the solid ground of your glorious arrival season, and you must let your beautiful heart overflow with immense gratitude. You are a deeply cherished child of the Creator. Take one more deep and deliberate breath with me right now. Fill your entire body with this holy oxygen. Hold it for just a brief second. And now release it into the atmosphere with a soft sigh of total surrender, because you have yielded to the supreme will of heaven today. Your spirit is completely aligned, and your massive blessing is secured. The heavy season of deep isolation is finally breaking off your shoulders today. But heaven always works through the powerful law of connection. I want you to listen closely to my voice right now. There is someone in your phone contacts who is staring at their screen right now, and they are terrified of tomorrow just like you were. They are suffering. You must use your hands to become their unexpected rescue today. Pass this exact message on to them right now. When you share this prophetic word, you set the massive law of multiplication into motion. Share this video to save their fragile peace tonight, and watch how quickly heaven multiplies your own financial harvest. You are the light bearer. The enemy will try to steal this profound clarity by tomorrow morning. He wants your daily feed filled with toxic noise and endless fear. Do not let his old habits return to your sacred space. Subscribe to this sanctuary right now, because the adversary desperately wants to block tomorrow's urgent prophetic word from reaching your tired eyes. Protect your spiritual borders. You have claimed your royal identity in this holy room. Now you must sign the official document of your new estate. Leave the word Amen below in the comments, as the very first stroke of an acknowledgement signed by an heir. Writing that word is your physical yes to heaven. It completely seals this protective covenant over your entire family bloodline. You came into this exact moment feeling like a broken beggar. You were terrified that the long silence meant a bitter punishment, but the thick fog has lifted, and you finally know the absolute truth. You are the wealthy heir, and the vault is wide open for you. The severe anxiety that gripped your tired chest 10 minutes ago has been completely washed away by my peace. If this sanctuary has bound your deep wounds today, you must take action. Take a brief moment to honor the holy altar. Plant a financial seed through the Super Thanks button below as your physical decree. When you plant a seed in fertile soil, you are proving to the universe that you trust the massive harvest. Do not hold back out of old survival fear. A beggar tightly clutches their last coin because they secretly fear tomorrow, but a royal heir gives freely because they know the divine bank is completely infinite. Your generous seed unlocks a massive flow of earthly resources, and it is the sacred mathematics of heaven working directly on your behalf today. Step into the deep waters of supreme faith right now. The special purpose placed on your life is completely activated today. You will wake up tomorrow morning with a sharp mind and a fearless heart. The people around you will notice a brilliant light radiating from your face. They will ask you how you survived the brutal storm, and you will simply smile because you know that heaven fought the entire battle for your family. Every heavy chain of poverty that held your ancestors down is completely broken today. You are the chosen cycle breaker who refused to surrender to the heavy darkness. Your children and their children will inherit a massive legacy of peace because you stood firm on this holy threshold when everyone else walked away. The generational curse is dead and the blessing is alive. Stand incredibly tall in your new authority today. Do not let anyone make you feel guilty for the massive wealth that is coming your way. You paid the ultimate price in the dark wilderness, and you earned every single blessing by holding onto your faith. Keep your heart perfectly clean and watch how heaven moves the heavy mountains for you. The wait is officially over. I am sealing this profound blessing over your mind and your finances right now. No weapon formed against your precious family will ever prosper again. The divine algorithm brought you here today, and the Holy Covenant will keep you forever safe from the vicious attacks of the enemy. Breathe in the absolute peace of this moment one last time. Walk forward into your glorious arrival season today,